Can you earn $30,000 a year and still be homeless in the United States? Well, it may be easier to tell you where to find a unicorn than to answer that question in one word. We're all looking to be landlords, even if all we're lording over are our dogs and cats. But based on the current economy and an income system that has refused to ingest yarn, the dream home acquisition seems a tad bit further away than usual. Today we'll help you determine how much home you can afford based on your salary or whatever form of income you have. We'll break down the steps, formulas, and considerations you need to help make an informed decision about your dream home. We'll also give you links to online calculators that'll make your life easier on this journey, seeing as not everyone is a wolf of Wall Street when it comes to finance.
And believe me, Kevin, the only problem you're gonna have is that you didn't buy more. Sound fair enough?
So what are you waiting for? Let's jump right in. Before we crunch the numbers, it's essential to understand what affordability means. Affordability isn't just what you can pay up front, it's about how comfortable you'd be managing mortgage payments, utilities, taxes, and other expenses while maintaining a balanced budget and not drinking water to bed every night. Take this instance. Emma has spent the past 3 years saving up to be able to afford a 3-bedroom family home in New Jersey, her dream city. Finally, after her last paycheck came in and she remitted to savings, she discovered her $500,000 was finally complete, thanks to the additional mortgage loan she had obtained. She can finally afford to buy her dream home after moving in. Emma realized she had no landlord to call to help with her house problems. It would have to come out of her pocket. She had to pay her mortgage, car loan, and credit card loans every month. She had to pay for the heating, water, and other utilities. Don't even get me started on her taxes. Taxes. The annual surprise party we all attend, but never RSVP'd for. Remember, unlike a surprise party, there's no cake involved in taxes, just paperwork and a hint of existential dread. At the end of each month, Emma's feeding and transportation budget was almost non-existent. Slowly, she began to miss her mortgage payments. We're sure you can figure out the rest of the story. Now, in this instance, can we say Emma could afford the house she bought? The simple answer is no, she couldn't. So to avoid being like Emma, let's take you through a step-by-step process of how you can determine the kind of home you can afford. Step 1. Calculate your total income. First things first, you have to calculate your total monthly income, including your salary, bonuses, and any additional sources of income. Understanding your complete financial picture is the foundation for determining how much home you can afford. To make this easier, keep a clean accounting system or use applications like Cashbook. If you're not exactly an Einstein, nobody is anyway. When you've done this, you can move to step 2, which is determine your debt-to-income ratio. You have to calculate your DTI, which is your debt-to-income ratio. What is a DTI? Your DTI is the percentage of your income that goes toward debt payments, including credit cards, student loans, and existing mortgages. Lenders often prefer a DTI of 36% or lower, so if Emma's DTI was 40%, it means that 40% of her total income calculated in step 1 goes into paying debts. Oh, Emma, what have you gotten yourself into? To avoid being an Emma, you can use online DTI calculators to help you with this, especially if you're looking for accuracy. Sorry, real Emmas. One good DTI calculator is Ramsey. You can find Ramsey in a link attached to the description. That said, let's move to the third step. The third step is to estimate your monthly housing costs. Your monthly housing costs include mortgage payments, property taxes, homeowner insurance, sometimes utility costs, and potentially private mortgage insurance, if your down payment is less than 20%. Want to know a common hack and rule of thumb? Your monthly housing expenses should either be exactly below 28% of your total monthly income. Remember, your gross income is your total income calculated in step 1. That is everything you make in a month, before tax and loan deductions. Now we move on to the mortgage payment. We are almost at the end of the journey. The fourth step has to do with calculating your maximum mortgage payment. Calculating your mortgage is like Goldilocks trying out porridge. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for your pocket. To do this, you'll be needing all the previous calculations you've done. Using your gross income calculated, your DTI, and estimated housing costs, you can calculate your maximum mortgage payment. No matter what your result is, always keep in mind that experts often recommend spending no more than 28% of your monthly income on housing. With an online mortgage calculator such as Bankrate, you can use the aforementioned variables to determine your resulting mortgage amount. Find the link to the Bankrate Maximum Mortgage Calculator attached in the description. After doing this, you need to consider your down payment and your emergency funds. This brings us to step 5. Consider down payment and emergency fund. The down payment is like your golden ticket to the real estate chocolate factory. Sadly, it won't transport you in an elevator, but it'll get you into your dream home. Lenders often require a down payment of 10 to 20%. Why? That's because opting for a smaller down payment can lead to higher borrowing expenses in the long haul, including fees linked to mortgage insurance. Moreover, a lower down payment increases the likelihood of you, as a borrower, finding yourself in the deep end if the housing market takes a dive. While striving to stash away funds for a down payment is probably on your to-do list, it's wise to prioritize the creation of an emergency fund covering at least 6 months' worth of living expenses. Remember, Emma, emergency funds are like the home's superhero cape. It might not be as flashy, but it's your safety net against unexpected villains, like surprising plumbing disasters. Hence, having an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months' worth of expenses ensures you're financially prepared. If you feel you're financially prepared, then it's time for you to get pre-approved. And this brings us to the 6th and final step: get pre-approved for a mortgage. Before you start shopping, consider getting pre-approved for a mortgage. This not only gives you a clearer picture of what you can afford, but also makes you a more attractive buyer to sellers. Besides, getting pre-approved for a mortgage is like getting a VIP backstage pass to the homeownership concert. Before they start negotiations with a buyer, home sellers commonly request a mortgage pre-approval letter. The pre-approval process requires your documentation of employment, assets, income tax returns, and a credit card score that meets the qualifying criteria. A pre-approval letter for mortgages usually holds validity for a span of 60 to 90 days. Once you have pre-approval, the lender lets you know the highest loan amount achievable for you. This is helpful because now you officially know the kind of home you can afford, and you can find a home that's in a suitable price range for you. Remember, determining how much home you can afford with your salary is about finding the right balance between your financial goals and your dream home. Being realistic about your budget allows you to comfortably enjoy your new home without feeling financially strained. After all, we are aiming for a home sweet home, not a home debt home. No one wants to do a financial tightrope dance every month. Well, that's our comprehensive guide on how to determine how much home you can afford based on your salary. By following the steps we've highlighted for you, you'll be well equipped to make a confident decision and find the perfect home that fits your lifestyle and budget. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more insightful content, and share this with anyone who's on the path to homeownership. Now, go forth and conquer that house hunt.